Hi, sisters and friends and bookkeeping mamas. Welcome to Bookkeeping Mama, Bookkeeping Advocate. As you guys know, I am Trevonna Parker. I am a bookkeeping mama, and I aim to be your bookkeeping advocate. So if you are on your journey to understand bookkeeping because you want to become an employee or you want to start your own business, you're in the right place. I have gone down both paths, and I'm actually going down both paths. I have some insight, and I would love to help you along on your journey. So today, I just want to talk to you guys about some bookkeeping basics. Very, 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 very important. So we're going to talk about the three main functions of a bookkeeper. I apologize. My eyes are very, very tired. I just wanted to shoot this video for you guys. I'm going to cut this light down a little bit, though. See if that'll help. I don't know. Anyway, three main functions of a bookkeeper. One, categorize transactions. Two, reconcile accounts. And three, generate financial reports. So let's talk about that. The first thing is categorizing transactions. As you guys know, transactions come in, transactions go out. What we need to know and what we need to help business owners know is what they were for, well, how much they were, what they were for, and who they were for or who they were from. So of course we have what we call the chart of accounts, and that's basically where we put all these little things into buckets. Going to have your income statement buckets, which are the revenue and expenses. Then you're going to have your balance sheet buckets, which are going to be your assets, your liabilities, and your equity. We'll talk about that a little bit more, maybe in this video, maybe in another video, but we'll talk about that a little bit more, Lord willing. But you have all these buckets you need to put things in. So you need to categorize them into these buckets, but then also in these littler buckets. So for example, with revenue, did you have service sales or did you have product sales? For your expenses, was it utilities? Was it payroll? Was it vehicle expenses? Was it charity? Those are the way that we are going to categorize the transactions. And the reason we want to categorize transactions is because it helps us to be a little bit more organized. So we have everything squared away for to manage our business. So we'll get into that just a little bit. We'll get into that a little bit. The categorizing of the transactions helps us to make sure everything is where it needs to be. And that helps us all communicate and stay on the same page. Then we have to reconcile our accounts. Now, we all know what reconciling accounts are because it's just basically balancing your checkbook. Back in the day, of course, we know if we're older that we had our checkbooks. We would go in there and write down what happened, and then we would wait for it to happen in the bank and make sure everything balanced. That's what we're doing when we're reconciling the accounts. We're making sure that what's in the bank is in the books, what's in the books is in the bank. And so we have timing differences, we have different fees that the bank may charge, we have maybe numbers that may be transposed. And so we want to make sure that everything matches out so that penny for penny, everything is being, we're taking accountability for all the money that we have. And of course, as bookkeepers, we're helping the business owner to do the same. And so with that, we want to make sure that we do our bank accounts, business accounts. Bank accounts, the checking, the saving, any digital payment gateways we have. We might want to look at our Venmo, our PayPal, Cash App, things along those lines. We want to also make sure that we deal with our loans. We want to make sure that our loans are actually reconciled so that we can make sure that what's in the books matches what's on those loan statements, and that when we're categorizing those transactions, we're not forgetting to separate principal and interest. So we also want to make sure that those are also squared away. And of course, credit cards and things along those lines. That's reconciling accounts. And then the third main function of a bookkeeper is to generate financial reports. So all the things that we did with the categorizations and the reconciling of accounts, we put those in as basic parts so that in the end, we can go ahead and generate financial reports. And we want these reports to be detailed so that the business owner can manage their business. I'm going to go back to that in just a moment because a lot of the main function that people want to have their reports for are for tax purposes. So they get a bookkeeper so that they're squared away during tax time. They want to be IRS compliant. They want to make things easier for their CPA. Great, great, great work. But aside from that, the financial reports, which should be done on a monthly basis, preferably in the earlier part of the month, are really for management purposes because that's how business owners get to see what's going on in their business. That's how they get to grow their business. So, for example, you're looking at your financial reports. You want your reports laid out in such a way so you can know exactly where your money is going and what money is coming in. You want to be able to look and say, hey, looks like I might have paid too much for my insurance this month, or looks like I should have canceled that subscription and I did not know that that was there. Thank you for this financial report. Looks like I might have underpaid my utilities this month. Maybe I need to pay that so that our lights don't get cut off. Looks like I may be able to hire someone. Looks like we may need to scale back on our advertising. It doesn't look like we're getting a return on our investment. Those are some of the key things that a financial report can do. So we have the IRS compliancy, we have the business management. Another way to manage is to think about, hey, looks like we might need some more capital. Your financial reports are key when you want to get a loan for extra capital. Uh, Underwriters at banks may want to see your financial reports. You might have other outside investors or any other stakeholders that might want to see your financial reports. Your financial reports help you to determine if there's any fraud, waste, or abuse. And then also, financial reports help you to plan throughout the year, not just tax preparation, but tax planning to make sure that you're getting the make sure you're maximizing your tax deductions. So those are the three key things that a bookkeeper will do. Bookkeeper will categorize your transactions, they will reconcile your accounts, and then they will generate financial reports. Now, there are three key financial reports, and a lot of business owners only really do use two, especially as they're just starting. They use the profit and loss, which again is your income minus your expenses, which gives you your net. It's called a profit and loss because if you're in the black, it's a profit. If you're in the red, it's a loss. Profit and loss. Your balance sheet, which is where we get that famous equation, assets equal liabilities plus owner's equity, or ALLO, if you want to remember that. That's where you're going to go see where your bank accounts are. You're going to see any loans or any assets that you have. You're going to see your credit cards. You're going to see any money that you're putting into the company or that your client is taking out of the company. That's going to be housed on the balance sheet. And we want to monitor those things all the time. Then, of course, there's the statement of cash flows, which will let you know how your cash is flowing, because it is very important for your clients to understand that profit does not equal cash flow. So once you understand that, you can convey those messages to your clients or any maybe clients that you may work with as far as an employer on a bookkeeping team. But these are the three main functions of a bookkeeper. So if you are interested in learning more, please stick around. I love to help people learn more about bookkeeping and what it can do for you as a wife, as a mom, as you're trying to be a helper at home. I always say bookkeeping is the key to so much financial success. I like to use it as a tool to help our families to protect our families, to nix our mortgages, defeat our debt, tame our taxes, make more, and live free. So many tips, and this is a great place to start. So if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Of course, if you like the material, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and share so that other moms can hear the information. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Bye now.